Girls, I am making a quick video for you on how I want you to approach your classes so that you can approach your next class better. The first thing I want you to realize about any single workout, whether it's a run, whether it's a weightlifting class, whether it's a core and mobility class, whatever it is that you are going to do, showing up for that workout is the hardest part of that workout. The hardest part, without a doubt. So focus on building the habit of showing up. The workout is something separate. I don't want you to think about the workout that lies ahead. I don't want you to think about, oh, we're going to spend time on the pull-up bar. Oh, I wonder if Lindsay's put Bulgarian split squats in. Or, oh, I'm really tired. I don't want you to think about that at all. I want you to think, okay, I've made a commitment to show up. I've booked this class. I have to show up. Non-negotiable. How am I going to show up? I'm first of all not going to think about the workout that lies ahead. I'm not going to psych myself out of this workout before I even get there. I'm going to concentrate on what I need to do to get me there. Okay? Get there, show up. That is the hardest part. How am I going to do that? I'm going to get up. I'm going to get vertical. I'm not going to make a bad decision on my back. You're going to get up. You're going to get dressed. You're going to put your shoes on. You're going to make a cup of coffee. You're going to brush your teeth, and you're going to get in your car, and you're going to get there. Okay, done. Can you do that? Is that in your toolbox? Yes, it is. Okay, build the habit. If you are really struggling in your training, if you're feeling just totally demotivated and you just can't do this and you feel everything is too much and it's beyond you to show up, please book a call with me so I can try and help you. I can realign your mindset so that you can believe in yourself and say, hang on, I am stronger than I think. I can do this. I have done this. I'm going to do it again. The second thing I want you to remember in every single workout is to meet the workout where you're at. Some days you're going to come in with a battery of 20% and every dumbbell is going to feel way heavier than it did last week. Other days you're going to come in at a 60% battery and you're going to feel, okay, that's great, neither here nor there, you pushed hard. Other days you're going to come in, at 100% and you're going to feel like King Kong. This is Sparta. I am unstoppable. This is the greatest workout ever. That fluctuates. The intensity with which you train, the strength that you have, your endurance when you train will fluctuate, and that is affected by various things. Our cycle, first of all, the joys of being a woman, your sleep, your work stress, your kids. It is unrealistic to think that you are going to show up every day at the same intensity. You're a 7 out of 10 every day. It doesn't work like that. Some days you're going to be up here, some days you're going to be down here, and I want you to have more grace with yourself in saying, listen, I'm tired, my body's tired, my head is tired, but I'm going to show up and I'm going to just weigh down on some weights. I'm going to take a little bit slower. I'm not going to push myself. Have more grace there for yourself because you're showing up and you're moving and you're winning, but you're showing up. Have a little bit less grace with yourself when you cancel on yourself and you don't show up for a workout. I almost want you to think with your training, when you're tempted to cancel and you think you're running through the day and you're like, well, I can't do this, I don't have time for this. I want you to think, if it wasn't a workout that you were possibly canceling now, if it was something you really wanted to do, like a coffee with a friend, or you had to drive to the airport because you had to get on an airplane to the Maldives right now, would you still have to cancel? Or are you just canceling because it's a workout and you think you've got tomorrow to train and you're a little bit tired and put that helmet on. Less grace in canceling on yourself, more grace in maybe not pushing yourself so hard in a workout, but showing up to move nonetheless. Remember, with our exercise, the third most important thing, and I see this so often you're like, oh, am I doing it wrong? Oh, am I doing it wrong? There is no wrong way to move. The only wrong way to move is not to move. So if you're in the studio with me and you're doing an exercise and you're worried if you're doing that exercise wrong, no, the answer is no, you're not doing it wrong. You're moving, so you're winning. That's right. The only wrong there would be to have been at home and to have cancelled and not to show up to move, right? While you can certainly do that exercise better, you first have to show up and move. If you're not moving, if it doesn't exist, you cannot make it better, okay? So I don't want you to be scared of doing an exercise wrong, okay? If you are trying, if you are there, you're showing up, you're doing the movement, right? You're not hurting yourself. There is no wrong in it. Sure, we can improve it, but that's going to come later, okay? Take a push-up, for example, right? I coach a proper G.I. Jane military style, 1 unit down, 1 unit back up push-up, right? And if you show up and you start doing hyroxing, worming kind of push-ups, that's fine. I'm going to leave you. That's no problem. We're not going to get your form perfect in one day. Right? You're going to show up, you're going to do the version of the exercise that you can because you've got to make it exist first to make it better later. And over time, we are going to de-hyrox that wormy push-up and get you to do proper G.I. Jane type push-ups. But I want that to sink in. There is no wrong way to move. The only wrong way to move is not to move. And whether that's training with me or doing a workout by yourself or going for a walk, going for a walk, blah, blah, blah. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, the fourth thing I really want you to realize is I want you to move with intention, awareness, and appreciation. Okay, I want you to move with intention, I want you to move with awareness, and I want you to move with appreciation. And what do I mean by that? Intention. Why are you here? Why are you trying to move? What is that intention? What does moving mean to you? What does not moving mean to you? How are you going to feel about moving today in 5 years' time or not moving today in 5 years' time? What is your intention? You don't have to move. I know it feels like that. I know 9 out of 10 times it thinks you have to move because you're paying Lindsay fees and it's a waste of money if you're not moving, and you have to move because your discovery says so you can get vitality points and, you know, blah, 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 all these voices in your head. No, I want you to change that narrative. You move because you get to move. You have a body that's able to move, and you are moving to be the best version of yourself. What is that intention for you? My intention might be different. My intention is Lindsay's intention. What is my intention? And I honestly want you to think before your next class, what is your intention? Why are you actually doing this? Why are you actually genuinely moving? And what does it mean to you? Because by moving, you're investing in the best version of yourself, the best life insurance policy you can. Stronger heart, stronger mind, stronger muscles, stronger bones. Okay, what is that intention for you? Let's be more intentional in our workouts. Second thing, awareness. How are you moving? Okay, and I don't want you to confuse this with what I said now. There is no wrong way to move, 100%, but move with more awareness, right? Even if you can improve, even if it's not perfect, right? We've got to start moving, and we want to move with awareness. Where are my hands? Where are my feet? Where are my hips? Where is my belly button? How am I breathing? Am I making a noise when I'm breathing? Be present in the rep that you're in. Don't just think, oh, we're doing this later. What about the kids' lunch? Oh, I haven't paid this. I want to do this. No, this is your 45 minutes. I want you to show up with intention, awareness, and be present for that 45 minutes. Run the mile you're in. Don't think about the next mile, don't think about the previous mile, this mile. Okay, and good form, right? Be aware of your form, be aware of how you're moving. Okay, because good form is 3 things. I'm going to touch on that now actually. The third thing I want, and so importantly, girls, move with appreciation, right? I irrespective of what you think your body looks like or not, appreciate the fact that you can move, that you have the opportunity to show up for the class that you're attending, and that your body is able to lunge and press and pull and squat. Okay, your body carries you every single day, right? It's carried your kids, your babies, or your babies to come. Appreciate your body a little bit better, appreciate a little bit more. Okay, good form, girls. The fourth thing I want you to remember in your training is I want to load the movement. I want you to lift heavy weight, but we only load good form. And what is good form? Right? Good form is 3 things. It's a controlled movement, and no point in time is an exercise that you are doing running away from you. You're not bouncing through it. You're not thinking, whoa, okay, this is, I'm scared of this. I can't do that. Okay? It's a controlled movement. You are in control of how you're moving your body. It's a full range of motion, right? We're moving through our squat all the way down, all the way up. Okay? We're not moving 2 or 3 centimeters. Okay? It's a good form is control, full range of motion, and there's no pain. If any exercise is causing you pain, if a deadlift is hurting your back, right, then your form is not what it should be. We need to change how you're moving, or we need to switch out. Okay, form is the basis. Form is our foundation. Once our form is good, we load it. Okay, and we load our exercise within our control, so our form stays good, right? But outside of our comfort zone. And what I mean by that, we never compromise our form by a heavy weight. I don't want you to go from a 9 kilogram dumbbell to a 12.5 kilogram dumbbell because Lindsay says I must lift heavier, but then you're squatting like 3 centimeters and your range of motion is like tiny, right? Or you're bouncing through the movement and you're using more momentum. No, then we're not going forward, we're actually going backwards. Then rather stay with the dumbbell that you were with and control that movement, keep your form. We only load good form, and we load within our control, so the movement stays controlled. It becomes harder, I've got to work harder, but it's still controlled, okay? And in the same breath, I'm outside of my comfort zone, okay? So you should not be doing 3 minutes of an exercise and think, yes, see, this feels fantastic. Wow, by the end of my 3rd minute, like I could probably do another minute. Then your weights are too light, okay? If you are getting to like 40 seconds, 45 seconds in your minute interval, you should be thinking like, hell's bells, holy smokes, yickle stickles, this dumbbell is too heavy, I've got to weigh down at some stage. Then you know your dumbbell is right for you. But at no point in time is the movement not controlled. At no point in time am I moving shorter than what I should. My range of motion is less than what it should. And at no point in time is this ANA. Okay, you don't move through ANA. Never, ever, unequivocally. Okay, I've moved through ANA too many times in my life, and you think you're being a hero, and you think you're things for me. No, this is dumb. It's stupid. Don't move through ANA. Okay, after 30, it's unrealistic to think that you aren't going to have aches and pains, and it's your body's way of saying to you, Linz, I'm ANA for whatever reason, whether I overtrained, or I slept funny, or I have inflammation, or whatever the case is. It's my body saying, give me a gap. So if my shoulder's feeling a bit gammy, I'm going to give my shoulder a gap. I'm not going to push through 3 minutes of push-ups because, that's what the workout said and that's what Lindsay said. No, I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to say, listen, the shoulder, it doesn't feel lacquer. I'm still going to show up and move. I'm not going to say, oh, I can't come train because, my shoulder's a little bit boggy. I'm going to show up. We're going to switch the exercise out. We're going to try and change how I'm moving and see if that improves the ANA. But don't be a hero and train through ANA. Okay, and if something's ANA, you've got to tell me. I can only see what it looks like from the outside. Your form can look perfect from the outside, but on the inside, it's ANA. You've got to tell me that. And if you don't, that's on you. Okay, where I do want you to be a hero is not to train through ANA, but be a hero and show up more for yourself, even when you really don't feel like it, even when you are tired. Okay, and if you've had a really terrible night, I have yet to feel the value of an extra half an hour of sleep in the morning. I have always experienced the value of getting up and pushing through a workout when I'm really, really tired, and later in the day being like, man, I am so grateful I showed up for that workout. Okay, so often I cancel a run or a workout because the kids didn't sleep and I'm exhausted, and I try and work in an extra half an hour of sleep, and later in the day I still feel terrible, like I'm going to be tired either way. And then later in the day I'm like, oh, Lindsay, I wish you had just gone to train in the morning, Okay, next one. Girls, please, you can switch out any exercise in a workout. You do not have to do the prescribed exercises. You can switch any exercise out as long as you're moving with the group and not disrupting the class. Okay, so if you want to, let's say you're struggling with your knees, and today we did Bulgarian split squats. Please don't do the Bulgarian split squats. Switch it out for an exercise that is better suited for you, that is going to meet you. You are going to meet the workout where you are. Okay. Please move with more awareness, more intention in you. You've got to make it work for you. If a Bulgarian split squat, for example, is outside of where you were at that day, please don't do it. If you're not sure of what you want to switch that Bulgarian split squat out for example, then please ask me, right? I might not be able to help you immediately if the class is busy, right? And if it's a recurring thing, voice note me. Let's make a plan. So every time at this point in time for the next month, Bulgarian split squats are outside of your control. Every time the class does Bulgarian split squats, you are going to do step downs in the box, for example. So we're going to switch it out for an upper body exercise. Okay, but meet the workout where you're at. You can switch an exercise out. Even now, I see the girls are loving skipping. Everyone is like skipping Bufonga at the moment now because of the new cardio class. I'm thrilled to hear that. If you want to incorporate more cardio into your workout, go for it. If you want to put in an interval of ropes, rebounders, running into every set and not just the last set, go for it. As long as it's not disrupting the rest of the class, I just want to see that you're moving better, you're enjoying your moving, and you're moving more consistently. Averagely consistent, I'm thrilled. Okay. Last thing I want to say is I think the best and worst thing about exercise is that no one can do it for you. Only you can do it for you. And that makes it so hell of a rewarding. That's why when you walk out of a workout that you really almost canceled on, and you showed up for the workout and you did the workout and you finished that workout and you finished it a lot stronger than what you actually thought you would, that feeling is just, it's so amazing. It is like this hit of endorphins and proudness and excitement and positivity and discipline, and I did it. The I did it factor is just, it's so amazing with exercise. But I can't do it for you. I cannot do it for you. As much as I would want to, I can't do it for you. No one else can do it for you. And you have to get to the point in your training where you realize the value of exercise, and not because you're trying to lose weight, and not because you have to, and not because of all these other reasons, other than you know how much better your day is, and you know what a better version of yourself you are when you show up and exercise in the mornings, especially on the days that you really, really didn't feel like it. And no one can describe, no one can force you to taste that. You have to taste it for yourself. You have to taste the magic of moving for yourself and realize, wow, when I don't move, I'm really not the best version of myself. When I don't move, I can literally, physically, mentally, emotionally feel it. And you've got to get to the point of you've got to taste that for yourself. And the only way you're going to taste that, if we go right back to how I started this, is by showing up. You've got to build the habit. You've got to build the habit of showing up. You've got to set hard boundaries. And I know it is tough, especially for moms, especially as women. We prioritize everyone else. I get it. But I want to encourage you, please prioritize your training. Make it a hard line, like you are going to show up, come hell or high water. And unless there is something totally outside of your control, unless you are sick, unless one of your kids are really sick, unless, I never want you to train if you're sick, but unless it's something totally outside of your control, please stick to those boundaries and show up 3 times a week. It's 1.3% of your week, and you deserve that. You deserve to show up for yourself 3 times a week for 45 minutes. Okay, girls, I can't wait to see you at your next class. I'm hell of a proud of you. I hope you are hell of a proud of you.